Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your June 16th to the 30th, 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have the sun. Okay, so why I'm laughing is we're actually afraid here to let ourselves shine. That's our problem during this time, Gemini, is that we're afraid to really step into who we are and what we want. Now, when it comes to us, that's the issue that's coming up. When it comes to other people, there could be a child that's usually the really good one, right? The one you don't have to worry about. If you're a parent, this is your kid. If you're not a parent, if you're a teacher, or if you have nieces or nephews or anything like that, this is the kid that usually has everything under control. Make sure you take time to talk to them, because I'm just seeing here that they don't have everything under control, and they still want to be perfect and have everything going right, but it's just going to take a little bit of, they need extra care. They do. They just need extra care, extra attention. So let's see what the chakra energy is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is balance. This is the root chakra. So here we're coming into balance with ourselves, into harmony. At our root, it's saying we need balance. And this is also the twin aspect of ourselves. We're going to feel that we're being pulled in two very distinct directions, which Gemini is kind of very normal for us. But here it's okay, I need these two directions. I need these two parts of me to be in balance. So we kind of need to have a subconscious, conscious conversation. We could do a little bit of tapping, a little bit of EMDR, a little bit of meditation as to how do I become in harmony with myself and how do I move things forward properly for me. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Angels and spirit guides. Okay. Okay. This is very interesting. So where we are now, all right, is the Three of Coins, the Three of Pentacles. We're working with other people, or we're finding new ways. Okay, so if we work very singularly, right, if we're in a business kind of of one, or of just very singularly, this can be a branching out and connecting to other people. That can be very important. Or this can be, kind of branching out what we do and attracting more people through offering more services. So that can very well be the case here. But there's also a sense of, I'm not in this alone, and I need to connect with the people who build me up and who can see my vision with me. Now, if we work in an office, or with a whole bunch of people, or even at home if we're always with a whole bunch of people, this is us needing to connect. We need to connect. There's something here where like we've drifted and now we need to come back together. We need to see the picture that everybody has and move that picture, move that insight forward. Now, our challenge during this time is the page of coins, of pentacles. So the page of pentacles is this energy of we're a student of what we want to achieve, of what we want to succeed at. And kind of we're thinking about so many different things that we're not keeping ourselves focused or tethered on anything. And there's also a sense of I have to have all the answers. If I don't have all the answers, if I have questions, then it's not going to be right? I'm not going to get to where I want to be. And yet we are the questioner. We are the sign that questions, that looks at, that, kind of has to see things from multiple different angles. So here, when it comes to our career, when it comes to money, looking at things differently isn't going to be a bad thing. And yet we're going to think, oh, wow, I made this decision. I went out on this limb and it's bad. Like I didn't take the traditional road and that's going to somehow sabotage me. Or even if I did take the traditional road, I want to get somewhere that is a little bit more creative in the insight here. And that's going to be the sabotage. It's like, no, that's why the sun is coming through as the challenge. It's like, let your individuality shine forward. Let yourself express. Now, what we're focusing on is the Four of Swords. We are focusing on the fact that we're tired. we are tired. We can be a bit overwhelmed. It can be all a bit intense right now. We're going to want to burn the candle at both ends. We're also going to be very aware that we are burning the candle at both ends and that we just feel exhausted. So here it's kind of like, be kind to yourself. Slow things down, because you're going to see that because you are so tired, because you are overwhelmed, because you're not resting, because you're not looking at your history and honoring yourself, there's just this disconnect. And it also can make us feel very sensitive because, again, we're tired, and like a little kid gets cranky when they're tired, we too get cranky when we're tired, just as all people do. Now, our past is very interesting. It's the Ten of Swords. We have been through a lot. We have learned a lot of lessons. And as we have learned these lessons, we're now looking at things very differently. This is the darkness before the dawn. Our past, which is up until the time you listen to this reading, is about this resurrection of self. And we're going to see now that we're taking everything that we've learned and we're resurrecting ourselves. We're empowering ourselves. We're looking at things in quite a different way. It moves us to our strength. Now, it's very interesting. Our strength is the Four of coins. We're going to be very aware of vampiric energy that's trying to drain us, that's trying to rob us, that's trying to hold us back. We're going to be very aware of it and be very kind of able to call it out, but also able to distance ourselves from it. There is also a sense here that during this time, we're becoming very aware about saving, and we're becoming very aware about where our money's going. So if we did like shopping as a stress relief, this can be something that we're kind of curtailing. We're looking at different stress relievers during this time, different things to take up our attention, to really look at, really see, and move ourselves forward in. But we're also really looking at, where's the foundation of my money going, of my time, of my effort. And this can make us want to become really rigid. But remember, Gemini, the best way to describe us is as a butterfly, right? So here, if you make yourself so rigid, the butterfly will pass away. It doesn't have its freedom. It doesn't have the ability to wander and to go to different flowers and everything like that. So we don't want to become so rigid on ourselves that we take out all creativity, all insight, all connection, and all curiosity. That's another thing that's very important. It moves us to our near future, which is the Ace of Wands. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of creativity, handing us a gift of passion, handing us a gift of, this kind of element of, this is what I'm creating with. It's that spark coming back into our careers, or just back into our lives in general. It's this real sense of, this is why I get out of bed in the morning. This is what I need to do. This is where I need to go. And it moves us to our suggested approach, which is the King of Cups. It's like, listen, the whole world goes mad, right? And it goes mad all the time. But we need to stand in ourselves and in what we want and embrace our hearts and say, I move forward as an example by being the best me I can possibly be. By embracing what I love, by embracing what I need, by embracing who I am. And as we do this, we can also find ourselves being very drawn to water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But there's also this real sense of, I need to follow my heart. And this is something that we have been fighting against. This is something where we see this there's this part of us that is out of balance. And it's like, I either want to be completely logical, or I either want to be completely emotional. And I don't want the two to cross paths. And yet we are the best Gemini when those waters are muddied, where we are logically emotional and when we are emotionally logical. And in our logic and our emotions might not make any sense to anybody else but us. But we need to express them, we need to see them, and we need to honor them. It brings us to what we need to know. And we need to know the Five of Wands. We need to know that we're kind of drawn to chaos. Also, we're going to be very comfortable with chaos because we've been in chaos for a really long time. And with this chaos, it actually lowers our energy vibration, but because we're comfortable with it, we'll go to relationships that are more chaotic. We'll be attracted to people who are more chaotic, workspaces that are more chaotic. And Spirit is saying here, why? You're going to be, again, very good at spotting the bullshit. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. And so here, it's also, we need to know the chaos isn't as big a deal as it might seem in the moment, right? And so here, to be able to look at it and to be able to say, these are petty games. Now, these petty games might be very important. It could be, somebody's spending massive amounts of money and they're being petty doing so. And we need to look at it like in work or, somewhere. So here, just be aware of this, because I don't want you to think, oh no, it'll all work itself out. Because if somebody's being dangerous, if somebody's being reckless, then this needs to be identified. But here, it's like there's chaos for the sake of chaos. And if we move into that chaos, our suggested approach is being denied. It's like you move forward as this example, as this person who gets the job done, as this person who embraces their heart and what they love and what they want and what they need. And that's going to be your guiding light. There's also going to be people here who would inspire us. And it can be that somebody comes in and like a helping hand kind of pulls us forward and is this inspiration. But there's also this sense of, I'm being inspired by people who have walked a different path. And now I too get to walk this path for me. Now, it brings us to our hopes and our fears. This is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is hard work, it's dedication, it's determination, it's putting into 10,000 hours and becoming an expert at our craft. But we fear that we can put in as much work as we want and we'll never be good. Or even if we put in any work, like it just will never be good enough, it'll never be seen, and also that we'll never get it right. We have to stop being so hard on ourselves. And we have to look at the way that we're progressing forward and say, okay, I see me. I see me and I see the time and the effort that I'm putting into it. And again, I'm honoring that path for me, because that's what we have to do. We have to let our light shine. And for some reason, we're really afraid of doing so. Now, our potential future is the Page of Wands, which means that we take this gift of the Ace of Wands and we are a student of it. We're looking at our passion. We're looking at what we desire. We're looking at what we need. And that starts to open up new doors, new opportunities, new insights. And we're looking at things and kind of saying, why? Instead of saying, oh, well, that's the way it's always done. We're going to see here that we kind of want to push the boundaries and say, well, why like this? Why not like this? Why do this? Why not do this? And that's also going to be another element to us that is going to be very intriguing to others, because we're pushing those barriers. And that's going to be something that's very important for us. We need to push those barriers. Now, our potential future can also involve a fire sign child, okay, who's bringing us this new spark, who's bringing us this new way of looking at things, who's bringing us this greater insight. And they do so in such a way that like pushes all our buttons or makes us, just kind of out of our comfort zone. And we're like, oh, okay, fine. Like, let's see where this leads us. Okay. So let's look here, Gemini, at the energy we need to be mindful of. This is the Three of Swords. So the energy that we need to be mindful of as we're moving forward is heartbreak and pain and disappointment and just kind of being stuck there. We can have 3 really big losses in our lives, and those 3 losses are coming up quite profoundly. And so here, look at the heartbreak and the pain that we've been through. Look at the hurt and the disappointment. It comes in 3s. Now it can be 3 times 3, type of thing. But it's acknowledging this pain. It's naming it, because once we name it, we take away the mystery of it and we start to claim it. We start to own it. And then we are also going to start to say, you don't get to have this power in my life. And again, this can be done through tapping. This could be done through EMDR. This could be done through meditation, through hypnosis. But it's like, you don't get to have this power over me. And I refuse. I refuse to walk the rest of my life as a victim. It brings us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is relationships. This is the sacral chakra. Our relationships are so important to us. Our romantic relationships, our platonic relationships, we need these relationships in our lives. Also, our relationship with ourselves. It's like, okay, this is what I need. This is what's important to me. This is who I am. And I need to let it shine. And so we're going to find during this time that we're really people focused. Now, we're people focused anyway. That's where our skills really lie. But we're going to be even more people focused and really concerned about our relationship with them, with our relationship with ourselves, and really seeing how we can build something that is beautiful, that is really beautiful in our lives, and that how we can keep on nourishing it. Now, our subconscious tarot message is the Nine of Swords. We have a tendency to worry. We also have a tendency when the Nine of Swords comes up recently, I've just been seeing like scrolling mindlessly through our phones when we're supposed to be asleep. This is because we're too anxious. This is because we're upset. This is because we're stressed out and we're pulled too many different ways. We just want the quiet moments to ourselves. And yet our worry is keeping us from having the real prosperity that we want. So here it's like, look at your stress, look at what's holding you back, look at what is like overwhelming you, and then say, okay, enough of this. Not even enough of this, but it's kind of like, I'm going to start pampering myself. I'm going to start taking care of myself. I'm going to start really loving what I want from life. And letting the worry, like saying, okay, I see you, and I see the validity of the worry or the silliness of the worry, but I also know that I have it. And again, EMDR, tapping, meditation, whatever it is that helps us center ourselves and calm ourselves, that's going to be really beneficial. Because they actually see us saying, well, I'll, exercise more and get more endorphins. But if we're burning the candle at both ends and we're just exhausted, it's not going to help us. So here with the Nine of Swords, it's like, be very mindful of the worry that you're carrying and how good you are at worrying, Gemini. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini, and may blessings always be with you.